You have to know your role, you have to accept it, but you have to do it at a very high level. So far in that first half, Yuskaita understood what her expectation and role was in that one.
Yeah, definitely, and it's going to be interesting. You already see Fever want to get down low and get the ball in Aaliyah Boston's hands.
Here's Billings, 4 on the shot clock, checks it, turns. That one rattles in and out as Conde comes up with the rebound. Conde getting the third quarter start here. Harrison. Yuskaita attacking Boston. No, shovel pass to Mabry.
Marina Mabry talked about just making sure she stays under control and attacks the offense, and that's the attack mode.
Mitchell had that stripped. Sykes going the other way. Mitchell grabbing at her face. On the bounce, Conde comes back to Sykes. In the paint, hanging, gets that to go. Conde getting the start here in the third quarter for Julie Alman. If we have an update, we will get it to you as soon as we have one. Clark from behind 3. Billings, how about the effort? And they're going to get a whistle and a foul. Marina Mabry going to pick it up, but that's effort. That is the will.
That second effort to get in there. And Billings first. The first thing is Billings, he's kind of trying to box out Billings, but Billings did a great job of just getting up.
Clark to the corner. Gets it back for Billings. Into the paint. Whistle and a foul.
Number 2, her 4th second.
Yuskaita gets called for the foul. 4th foul.
At the line for your Fever, number 22.
Yuskaita, so Caitlin Clark will step to the free throw line. Clark is 3 of 4 on the evening. And it's that time of year again. Make sure your voice is heard for this year's WNBA All-Star Voting, presented by Ally. You can scan the QR code on your screen right now. Let them get their screens out, get the phones out, open the camera app, everybody. And you can vote for WNBA All-Star starters. You always got to give them that extra second, because you fumbling for the button. All-Star weekend in Chicago this year.
Well, Yuskaita went out with her 4th foul. So that is big when you look at Julie Alaman, also not with the team on the bench right now.
Mabry puts Toronto ahead by 2. 16 points on the ball game. Clark trying to answer, doesn't. And things getting chippy between Marina and Lexi.
Well, both of these players have an edge, and you look on the lower right-hand screen, corner of the screen, and Mabry and Lexi Hall. I like that fire, though. I think you have to have that edge. You can't be a nice player all the time. Sometimes you have to have that chip on your shoulder.
Here's Billings in the corner. That one's off the mark. Clark the rebound. Here's Hall off the window with the finish. Tied at 57. Mabry by Benley. Baseline layup. Clark attacking on the bounce to Mitchell. And Mitchell is going to head to the free throw line. She does such a good job of positioning herself.
Well, part of it is the connection and the eye contact. You can't make a backdoor cut without knowing that your player is going backdoor. And Caitlin Clark always does a good job of controlling the dribble. So you'll see control the dribble. She looks away. She saw Kelsey Mitchell start to attack. And as a backdoor cutter, once you start cutting, you have to continue to cut whether or not you get the ball. And I think that's why it works so well with those two.
And Mitchell's game thrives off of that action and that movement because she catches defenses and defenders out of the blue with it.
Well, she's so quick. When she goes backdoor, even coming off the screen, we talked about that earlier, just shoulder to shoulder, the way she comes off the screen, she doesn't allow space for the defender to come. She is a player that is hard to guard because you never know what she's going to do.
Benley able to control that pass from Mabry. 10 on the shot clock. Mabry. Foul line jumper doesn't go. Boston the rebound. 8th rebound of the ball game for Aaliyah Boston. Here she is, stretching from distance. That one looks good.
And that's a big-time shot. You saw Kelsey Mitchell telling Caitlin Clark, don't pass me the ball. Aaliyah's wide open, and AB stepped right into that shot.
10 on the shot clock here for Toronto. And Slim is down and in pain. Fortunately, been a bug and a thorn in their side.
Definitely, and one thing that Coach Brondello talked about is, hey, we have to have the next player up, and thankfully for them, when Kiki Rice went down, they had Julie Alamán, and Alamán is not on the bench, and now they got a Tima PA. So they're looking and using whichever players are available.
And Brondello, with 14 seasons of experience, obviously her playing career as well too, you never want to see a player go down. In this instance though, she has the experience of having to figure it out.
Well, Brondello, just one of those coaches in our league, and we asked her just about the injury situation. She said every coach has to deal with it to some extent, and for this season in particular, they have yet to have a game where all of the players have been available. So you see that they have the success as far as the two, Marina Mabry and Sykes, but to finally have all the players put together, it'd be great to see what the potential of this team is.
Boston 2 for 2 at the free throw line. A 5-point lead for the Fever. 6.5 to play in the third quarter. Bowie into the ball game with 6 on the shot clock here for the Tempo. Attacking. Finger roll doesn't go. Boston the rebound. Up the floor, here's Cunningham.
I think this also goes back to role players, knowing your role, and Kelsey Mitchell right on cue. Not only is it the Caitlin Clark to Mitchell, but now we get the Boston to Mitchell, and that backdoor cut just so hard to, you know it's coming, you just can't guard it.
Aaliyah Boston averages just under 3 assists a game. And we saw a beautiful one there. Cross-court pass. Here's Bowie. 4 on the shot clock. Conde. A calming shot that was needed for Toronto.
Well, you just got to see the ball go through the basket, and nice pace by the Tempo and just moving the ball.
Clark, little hesitation. Behind the back reverse layup. Isn't going to go, but she will go to the free throw line.
Number 32, Tima Boyd. First second.
Kelsey Mitchell's always in position for that backdoor cut. You stay set, and she is going to blow right by you. And just another look at it, but just so good at just going backdoor, being able to read the connection, the eye connection.
And that was with the assist brought to you by State Farm. As the Fever with a 5-point lead. Make that 6-point lead. This is also something Stephanie White talked about, is when we have the lead, we have to learn how to play with it and not allow teams back into games.
Well, there's sometimes you play not to lose instead of playing to win, and I think that's just what she meant.
And a tie up there between Mitchell, Boston, and Mabry. That's a play to win. But now look at the leadership of Temi Fagbenle, bringing the players on the Tempo together to talk.
Fagbenle and her leadership, even when she was with the Indiana Fever, that is something that they used to talk about. Her voice rings loud and people listen.
And a jump ball violation, so it'll be Fever basketball. Fagbenle Sixth year in the WNBA, but many years of experience playing overseas professionally and as well too internationally, whether it be for the national team or not.
Yeah. Her experience, her leadership, her voice, being in the right place at the right time. And, you know, we got this from Sophie as far as role players. That's what she's had to do, too. But I think she's also been able to be a good leader.
Here's Clark, kick out Boston. Can she make it 2 in a row? That one off the mark. As Pui comes up with a loose ball rebound. Harrison. Too strong on the layup. Fever with a 5-on-4 here. Up the floor, Cunningham. Hits it! And Sandy Brondello would like a timeout. Fever kind of turning things up a notch. They're trying to figure out how to close this one out. Yes, it's only the 3rd quarter, but you got to make winning plays.
Well, 3rd quarter is where they struggled in the 3rd and the 4th quarter. So to be able to come into this second half with the defensive intensity has been big. And look at that defense from Sophie Cunningham.
Mabry, mid-range jumper goes. That's a bucket that Marina Mabry was needed. 71-64 lead here for the Fever. Mitchell. Distance.
That's what makes Kelsey Mitchell so hard to guard, because you want to go underneath the screen because she beats you going back door, and then she just stops behind the screen and knocks down a big 3.
Fagbenle the seal. And they're going to get a whistle and a foul. And great news for Fever fans. Hines Allen after that hit to the face in the first half. And her and Isabel Harrison have a moment. Good to see her back on the floor. 10 on the shot clock here for Toronto. In the corner, Key. Pui, the offensive rebound. And they're going to get an offensive foul called on Tima Pui. 3rd foul.
Now this is big minute for Pui to be able to get in, because she's been the 3rd kind of rotation in that point guard position.
Here's Mitchell trying to turn the corner. Clark. Mitchell gets it back. Foul line jumper. That goes. And the Fever now with a 12-point lead, their biggest of the ball game. Conde off the kick. The answer. Cunningham works off Hines Allen. Lines it up and knocks it down.
Well, to say that Sophie Cunningham is having a game right now is an understatement, because she is feeling it, knocking down shots, just the way she's knocking it down.
In the corner, the tempo not going down easy. They cut it back to 9. Cunningham with 14 on the ball game, as you mentioned. And a whistle and a foul. Some free throws for the Fever.
And I love what Sophie said before the game. It just, when I get in, I have to know what my role is, and I have to be ready to shoot. But even more importantly, the confidence that her teammates have in her to knock down those shots. And early on in the season, I felt like there was some opportunity that she kind of missed just by trying to move the ball, but it's good to see her getting back into her flow.
Paris, you have an update for us on Julie Alman.
Yeah, an injury update. Julie Alman, who did not start in the second half, she is unlikely to return to this game tonight. The tempo going to really have to lean into that next woman up mentality even more here in the second half.
trail by 9 here with just over 2 minutes to go in this third quarter. So you lose Alman. You already don't have Rice and Sabali. We don't yet have an update on Sykes, but the way she reacted, you wonder if she'll be able to return. This is huge minutes for the bench for Toronto.
Definitely. You look over at the bench, 3 players available for Toronto to sub in. You got to learn how to use the minutes and use these bodies wisely.
Mitchell, even with the defender and Nurse outstretched, Kelsey Mitchell able to get that to go. 22 points. Nurse coming back. And Kia Nurse going to head to the free throw line. My correction, 25 points for Kelsey Mitchell. My iPad was slow to update catch.
Kelsey Mitchell, definitely one of those players you want to watch, and she does it so quiet. Like, it's just smooth and quiet. You don't really, like, you talk about it throughout the game, but other players are scoring in the meantime. Then you look up, it's like, oh, Kelsey Mitchell had 25. She's the leading scorer.
Now, I understand what you mean by smooth and quiet, but for people watching that might not, they're like, 25 is not smooth and quiet. It's loud, but it's smooth and quiet for Kelsey Mitchell.
Well, it's smooth and quiet because you don't really put a lot of attention. Like Sophie Cunningham knocks down the shot, the crowd goes crazy, and it's wild in here. Another backdoor cut by Kelsey, not able to connect, but that is part of her game. She just goes and is consistent every single game.
The Key, that one too strong. Up the floor. Cunningham works off Hines Allen again. That one's off the mark. Key with the rebound. Coming up on 60 seconds to play in the quarter. Nurse. A turnover there by Toronto. Cunningham. Hines Allen. Kicks it. Johnson. That's off the mark. There's Skyda and Hui. Working in the 2-player game. Hui to the basket. And team of Hui's going to head to the free throw line.
I like what I've seen from Pui in the minute that she's had. She's attacked the basket. She's been very aware on the court. Defensively, she's held her own. And she hasn't played that many games for this tempo team, but already starting to get in that flow.
This is the first one Sunday against Atlanta. Didn't score, but did have a career high on Friday in minutes. Only 4 on Sunday, but hit tonight. These are much needed minutes and experience, and what that can do moving forward. We saw it with Julie Allman, as you mentioned, as this Toronto team continues to try to figure things out with injuries. .73 lead here for the Fever. 14 on the shot clock for Mitchell. Turn in the corner. Kicks it in the corner. Here's Hines Allen, baseline. Kick out. Cunningham. Yeah! Shot clock turned off. Mabry, 4 seconds from half. And that leaves time on the clock for the Fever. 1.3, more than enough. Johnson